Not gonna say I feel confident in the build or the team this time around, but we'll make it work. We were all told to meet here at 9 a.m. Seems like I still have some time. No idea what this is all about, but it'd probably be a good idea to finish preparing first. Head to the field. Good, you're all here. Oh, instructor, I wasn't expecting you to be... Sharon! Weren't you in the dormitory when we left? Indeed I was, but I was summoned here by Lady Sarah. After seeing all of you off, I came straight here. How did I guess she'd get here ahead of us? You know, at this point, I shouldn't really be surprised. Sheesh, she ain't the Rhineford's top maid for nothing. Personally, I would prefer not to ask her to come at all. But since she'll be acting as Group A's guide, I didn't have much of a choice. Why thank you. Wait, why would you need a guide? Why would we need a guide, rather? You're telling me. Oh, it looks like everyone's here already. Oh, Sharon's here too. Huh? What's she doing here? Cooking, cleaning, instantaneous travel. What isn't she doing? You flatter me, Master Yusuf. Well, we've got all of you here now. And look at that, 9 a.m. right on time. Huh? What's that sound? Sounded like a rush of air. No, that's not quite it. Oh, we're going on airships? Sounds to me like an airship. Are you kidding me? Look, what the hell is that? Here they come. What is this thing even doing here? Wow, it's so cool. Crimson airship? Who does it belong to? An Imperial Army warship, maybe? Nah, not enough giant guns. Oh, the shape looks familiar. Oh, now I remember. It's the White Wings of Libero. It's like the White Wings of Libero. You think so too, right? You mean like the Arsail? Now that you mention it, I do see the resemblance. Arsail? Wasn't that a high-speed cruiser from the Kingdom of Libero? Indeed, it was on that very airship that Prince Olivert made his triumphant return to Heimdall. No way. You're not seriously going to land here, right? Of course they are. It's 75R from bow to stern. It might be a bit of a snug fit, but they should be able to touch down. Man, you've got to be kidding me. Wait a minute, how do you know how large it is? I guess it does kind of look like the Arsail. We traveling in style. We'll hit our field study locations in no time. This is the best. It's actually very pretty up close. The more I look, the more it seems just like the Arsail, except red. It bears the crest of Erebonia, though. At the very least, it's an airship from the Empire.
Salutations, my beautiful friends! It's only been 10 days since last we met, but I couldn't keep myself away.
Prince Olivert!
And Major Vander.
I'm glad to see you all again.
Your slack-jawed amazement says it all. It looks like this will be quite the crowd pleaser during its grand unveiling in Heimdall.
Wait, what grand unveiling?
Man, I don't even know what's going on anymore.
Why didn't they just get somebody to voice Mueller? I'm so upset. Still, the prince is just here in a supporting capacity today, to say nothing of myself. The real stars of the show are the airship and this fine gentleman we have aboard.
Who may you be referring to?
It's been quite some time. I see many familiar faces gathered here today, and several I've yet to have the pleasure of meeting.
Is that?
I know that voice.
The Viscount? And Toval. Interesting, interesting.
The Radiant Blade Master?
Father.
So that's Laura's dad? Wait, who's the what now?
And look, Tobal's with him too.
This isn't quite how I expected our grand reunion to go, that's for sure.
What are you doing up there? And what's with the hat?
Allow me to introduce you. This is Captain Victor S. Arsaid, who will be assuming command of this ship.
So that's what this is about.
I'll fill you in on the details another time.
What in the name of Adios is that?
Go away, Patrick. You're not welcome here. Gawking.
Wow, what a pretty ship.
This thing's a real piece of work.
Incredible! I've heard about the specs, but the numbers don't do it justice. Looks even better live than on paper. Principal Van Dyke, you too?
Could someone fill us in on what exactly is going on here?
Your bafflement is quite understandable. The chairman of the board proposed a change to your travel arrangements for this month's field study. He's agreed to deliver all of you to your respective destinations aboard this airship.
What? We'll be riding in style.
He's mainly taking it on its maiden voyage to unveil the ship to the nation. We're just kind of along for the ride. You'll be headed to the capital first, but from there, it'll be a straight shot to Ruhr.
Wow. I'm not sure what to say.
Oh, this is all so sudden. I think I need to sit down.
Well, should we be off, Your Highness?
Yes, that sounds marvelous. With that, let me be the first to welcome you, Class 7. Aboard the second Arsail-class high-speed cruiser, the Courageous.
Same day, 9:30. But we already at our destination. Second Arsail class high-speed cruiser, Courageous. Hey, I like the color, as red is my favorite color. Don't know about the name, but it's whatever. Otter Park. LeBlanc? What's he doing in the capital? Still. Not even our high-speed trains could hope to match that. That may be true, but we still have our own strings. How's the investigation coming along? Well, they've been pretty blatant about trying to obstruct us, but basically about what we expected. Same is true in other areas as well. Understood, respond with Powder 13. I'll head there myself this afternoon. Yes, ma'am.
My brother told me all about it, but there's no substitute for seeing it soar through the skies. Simply beautiful. Yes, it really is. You're up there, aren't you, Rain?
Oh, the Emperor. I'm assuming. Haven't seen him yet. And that must be the Empress? The Queen, I guess?
Wow! That's the Courageous! Oliver finally finished his airship.
It's a fine ship, isn't it? Prince Olivert seems to have gone to quite a lot of trouble having it built.
Is this the wind of change you intend to release across our stained and troubled land? Go, my son, and show me the caliber of man you can be.
I didn't realize that Olivert was on good terms with his dad. I guess he never said they were on bad terms.
Can you believe it's been almost 2 years already? And look at how far our debaucherous prince has managed to come. Partnering with Liberl to make a second Arcel-class airship, then cruising over the capital? I suppose that's one way to stick it to you for outmaneuvering him at the trade conference.
Let him have his fun for now. Still, this was certainly an unexpected play on his part. He and that band of students he likes to ship across the country have proven a never-ending source of entertainment. But now, my dear Prince Oliver, we have reached a decisive point. The board has been prepared, every piece in its place. Can you turn the tides in your favor? I look forward to finding out.
I gotta say, seeing an Arcel in 3D is actually pretty cool.
It's currently 10:02, and we have a north-northwesterly wind blowing in at a speed of 11 Arj. We've just passed through the Schwartz-Drake Barrier's airspace into the province of Nortia.
Current speed is 3,050 SPH. We've reached full cruising velocity.
Maintain current course and speed. Follow the Nortia main line, maintaining a distance of 200 Arj.
Aye, aye, Captain.
So this is what the bridge of a cruiser looks like. It's all kind of making my head spin. If I'm not mistaken, this ship is equipped with the Epstein Foundation's latest information processing system. Huh, so you can actually manage to get the Reinford Group, Zeiss Central Factory, and the Epstein Foundation to collaborate? I suppose you would be the most well-informed on matters of technology. It took the combined effort of countless supporters to take this airship from blueprint to beauty. I've caused a great many people no small amount of trouble gathering the technology and funds to build it. It's nice to know even princes have trouble with financing sometimes. Alas, it's true. I had to borrow quite a sum from a number of sources, the Emperor himself among them. But all my labors bore fruit, and we were able to build an airship that met all of my ideal specifications. At a length of 75 Arj, it's almost twice the size of the original Arseal. And with it sporting 20 of ZCF's, or Nice Central Factory's high-performance engines, it can achieve a top speed of roughly 3,000 cell per hour. Not quite as fast as the Arseal's 3600 cell per hour, or SPH, I'm pretty sure it's cell though. But the Courageous boasts high armor and interception capabilities. Good grief, she's memorized all the specs already. Still, the more I hear about it, the more unbelievable it sounds. Sounds like he's compensating for something. I'd heard something like this was in development, but I never would have imagined he'd pack this much power into it. Well, now we have a rough idea how extravagant this ship is. What I don't understand is how my father's sitting in the captain's seat. He's not even part of the military. Unless, Father, did you actually enlist in the Imperial Army? I can understand why you might be perplexed. However, this ship isn't part of any military force. Huh? So wait, is it officially regarded as the property of the Imperial family? Precisely. I intend this ship to give wings to a third faction of sorts, unconnected to both the Imperial and Provincial armies. To that end, I could think of no finer captain than Viscount Arsaid. Well, that at least explains some of it. I see what you're getting at, yeah? Fastest airship in the Empire, captained by the Radiant Blade Master? Couldn't ask for a stronger deterrent than that. I'll say. Well, that's my hope anyway. About half of the crew here are on loan from my division, the 7th Armored. The rest are civilians, representing a variety of nationalities and social classes. As for me, I'm here because I'm just that good at gathering information. They've also tasked me as the point man for keeping in touch with the guild and all its local branches. Makes sense to me. Volvo's definitely a good choice. He's got tact and patience to spare. Me, on the other hand, I'm more the face-punching type. Frankly, I'm still shocked we're here. I never imagined we'd be flying in such a marvel of a ship with such a distinguished crew. That is really cool. I can only imagine what it'd be like to be a student and experiencing the things they've experienced. You've got me curious though. Are you intending to tour the whole Empire like this? That's our plan, yes. The hope is that it might help assuage some of the tension that's been building across the nation. And if we happen to intimidate the Imperial Liberation Front while we're at it, all the better. Ah, that makes sense considering they've got their own airship too. The Intelligence Division and the RMP seem to be keeping them in check for now, but having a ship like this in the air will definitely put even more pressure on the Liberation Front. In other words, this ship allows me to kill 3 birds with 1 stone. Genius, isn't it? And if I ever feel the urge to stretch my wings, I can take to the skies whenever the mood strikes me. Perhaps one day, I'll even be able to put on a recital soaring in the skies above Heimdall. Well, putting aside certain idiotic flights of fancy, at this speed it should take less than an hour to reach Ruhr. Feel free to make yourselves at home while you're aboard. Aside from restricted areas like the engine room, you have the run of the ship. Go on and poke around a bit. Thank you very much, sir. Thanks. I think I'll take you up on that. And that's how we ended up flying to our destinations aboard the Empire's newest, most cutting-edge cruiser. But we didn't just sit and look out the windows, of course, since we have the captain's permission. We each set about exploring the Courageous, seeing what this top-of-the-line airship had to offer. No, I mean, this is cool. And I always say in every JRPG that I play, it's not a JRPG until you have an airship. So that's what it just feels like. I'm about to look everywhere. Oh, the front deck? I can just be outside. Oh. The airship we used in the cores was pretty fast, but this one's even faster. In fact, the specs seem pretty high across the board. Fancy stuff. Never a dull moment in Class 7, I guess. So true. Okay, you can sort of see wind and stuff blowing. I wonder if there's like a shop or anything on here for weapons and the like, not that I have any more money. Come on, nobody wants to see dudes sing. It's all about the ladies. Besides, if we make the outfits skimpy enough, guys will be breaking down the doors to get in. Are you three working out what to do for our concert? Yeah, we've got the general gist of it figured out now, but let me ask you, Reen, would you prefer male or female vocals? That's a really important question too, since it'll change the audience we draw. That's a tough decision. Why don't we try both then? You know what? That'd be perfect. Yeah, I really like the idea. 2 songs would be perfect. Be the perfect length too. Rehearsing will be a bit tougher, but I think we should do it. It lets us use both plans. It lets us use both plans too. You won't see me complaining. He seems really excited for this. Your ideas have all the subtlety of a sledgehammer. You realize that this will put us in direct competition with Class 1, correct? We'll need to do something with the degree of class in order to take them on. Subtlety of a sledgehammer. Okay. Recording game. Oh. Item. Okay. Bigger. What's over here? Oh, boarding gate, boarding. Rear deck. Instructor Sarah and Tovo.
Instructor Sarah? Tovo? What are you guys doing out here?
Oh, just a little bracer-to-bracer information swapping.
That's about the long and short of it. Been a while since I saw you guys, though. Not since last month in Legram.
Yeah, always nice to see a friendly face, though.
Well, despite keeping in touch with him and setting up these arrangements, it came as a surprise to me to see him on board, too.
Clearly, it was meant to be. Honestly, I was only brought on because of my connection with Viscount Arce.
This airship really is in a class all its own, though. It's not every day you see a ship owned by the Imperial family and captained by the Radiant Blade Master.
This cruiser has the potential to be an important force in Erebonia going forward. Without ties to the Imperial or Provincial armies, it can potentially keep both of them in check if need be. It might not be able to do that quite as well as a strong guild presence could, but it'll still help protect a lot of people.
That's true. It still frustrates me how the guild used to be an institution here, and now we're just barely keeping the lights on. At least the Crossbell branch sends its people over to help us out when we need a hand, though.
Wenzel's one thing, but we owe McLean so many favors, I've lost count.
McLean? Wait, are you talking about...
Oh, yeah, I guess you would have heard of him. He's an A-rank bracer over at the Crossbell branch. A guy we used to work with named Wenzel works there now, too. Wait, maybe we should back it up a bit.
The guy we're talking about is Arios McLean, aka the Divine Blade of Wind. The name probably sounds familiar to you because he's also a practitioner of the 8 Leaves 1 Blade style.
Yeah, that's who I was thinking of. I've never met him myself, but I heard a lot about him from my master. He mastered the school's second form. It sounds about as untouchable as anyone who holds the title of Divine Blade.
Well, he's pretty damn strong, I'll give you that. Bailed me out of more tough spots than I'd like to admit. Speaking of, you know who else is a student of the 8 Leaves School? Cassius Bright. We were talking about him before, remember? He's the bracer who took command during that big incident 2 years ago.
That big incident that we got to see in Trails in the Sky. Well, not see it, but read about on Trails in the Third. I love how this game connects all the story and stuff.
Though from what I heard, he left the Way of the Sword behind a while back.
Cassius Bright was here in Erebonia. Wait, 2 years ago.
It was an eventful time, to put it lightly. And yeah, we have Cassius to thank for getting us past that. But afterward, well, you know the story from there. They shuttered guild branches all across the Empire, one after the other, and your dear, sweet instructor was out of a job.
I'd be glad to give you all the grisly details, but it's a long story. We should probably save it for another time. But hey, the guild seems to have a good track record with folks from the 8 Leaves School. Maybe you should consider a career as a bracer. Door's always open, you know?
Me? A bracer? Huh. I never really thought about it before.
Hey, there's enough of us singing the Bracer Blues without you trying to recruit my students.
Never hurts to start them early. Seriously though, we're always looking for more good people. If that's something you wanted to do, I wouldn't turn you down.
I'll give it some thought.
Interesting. I wonder if Freen becomes a bracer. I said brazier. Let's go up a floor real quick. Oh wait, no, that's the rear deck. I want to hit up, that's the front deck. Look, this elevator again. All right, here. First floor. Hold. Factory and engine room. Finger. Oh. Sharon and Elise, is it? I couldn't believe what I was hearing. I had no idea the Reinford Company was involved in developing something on this scale all this time. Then I find out it was a collaboration with the Epstein Foundation and ZCF? And on top of that, she's got her hands in the development of our Arcus units too. It's way too much work for one person. How many products does Mother have under her wing right now? Well, I'm afraid I can't give a simple answer to that. But suffice to say, the chairman only knows about a small number of projects in development by the Reinford Group. Lately, the directors have. I knew it. Oh. Hello, Master Reen. Sorry, am I interrupting something? No, that's okay. Have you finished exploring the airship? I expect it'll be a while longer before we reach Ruhr. Finished? I don't even think I've seen half of it yet. It's kind of overwhelming. I'm looking forward to landing in Ruhr, though. It's been a while since I've seen the industrial metropolis. Not too far from my hometown, so I'd always hear about it in passing. Oh, that's right, you're from Amir, so I guess you would then. Want a little refresher? I can bring you up to speed on all things Ruhr. Sure, why not? Ruhr used to be a factory town, but it grew into a hot spot for technology as a result of its steel and heavy industry. The population is around 200,000, and since the city's in the Norsha province, it's under Marquis Ragner's jurisdiction. Ah, that's right. I still find it kind of wild that Angelica is his daughter. You know, last time I visited, it felt like the whole city was man-made. Trees and grass were rare sights. It made it kind of hard to tell how large the city really is. Well, the city itself is basically one giant structure, divided into several levels. It's been expanded so many times that even long-time residents occasionally wind up in places they don't recognize. Why, I've lost count of the number of times I've had to go pick up Lady Elisa when she lost her way. That was when I was a kid. Don't say it like it still happens. Really, it was a long time ago. Something tells me we're looking at the not quite so distant past. Anyway, north of Ruhr is the Lachen Iron Mine. The iron mine there makes its way into the most of the Reinford Group's products in some form or other. The amount of ore they get from just that one mine is immense. Empire would be a different place today without it. I don't doubt it, even our textbooks mention this Lachen Mine. It's been vital to the Empire since back before the Orbital Revolution. In the center of Ruhr, you can't miss the Reinford Group's corporate headquarters, which is also basically my house. Honestly, I was hoping I wouldn't have to go back anytime soon. Lisa. I guess there's no point in moping about it now. We've yet to have a field study that didn't spiral into some sort of hectic adventure, but I'm ready if you are. We'll just take it as it comes. I'll be wishing you all the best. We'll go back up to the bridge. Oh, no, the bridge is just, it's just that. Oh. Didn't notice these two had dialogue. Honestly, you could have told me about this a little sooner. Is this the reason you've been so busy lately? I apologize for the secrecy, but much of this project fell under the veil of strict confidentiality. There are some things I'm forbidden to speak of, even to my daughter. I'm sure you realize that. But Klaus must have known, right? Why was he allowed to know why I was left in the dark? Well, we're really honored to have been invited aboard. We can rest a bit easier once we arrive in Ruhr knowing we had an Imperial escort. Indeed you can. The Provincial Army will have little choice but to accommodate you. This ship's purpose is to act as a deterrent to both factions, as well as the Imperial Liberation Front. By doing that, we hope that the Courageous will hold the old guard at bay long enough for something new to take root. I'm sure it will. They chose wisely in naming you captain. Still, I assume that's not the ship's only purpose. Well, true, building an airship this advanced seems excessive if all you're going to use it is a deterrent. Laura's right, there has to be some other purpose it was made to fulfill. Very perceptive of you. I regret that I wasn't able to discuss this with you properly when you were in Legram last month, but I'm proud to see just how much you've grown since you enrolled at the Academy. I have my class to thank for that. Learning alongside them has been a constant source of insights. So tell me, Reen, how's she doing? Is Laura getting along with the other students? Huh? I think she's been fitting in fine. I see, that's reassuring to hear. At times, I worry that growing up in a sword-fighting household caused her to end up less well-rounded than her peers. I hope you and the others will continue looking out for her. Of course. We're glad she's with us. I can't imagine Class 7 without her. I can't help but get the feeling that she's something more to you than simply a classmate. Whatever the truth may be, I hope you'll continue treating her as the lady she is. I'm not one to abide inappropriate behavior toward my daughter. I don't have the faintest idea what you're talking about. But I like to think I know how to conduct myself toward my classmates. Good. That's what I wanted to hear. What are the two of you going on about with all your whispering and your furtive glances? It's nothing you need concern yourself with, just a little discussion between men. You needn't worry, we'll be sure to get you to your field study safely. As a student of Thor's, I expect you to give it your utmost. Huh? He really does care about her. I see them all trying to push us to everyone trying to push Reen towards somebody. I guess the only thing I haven't done is talk to Mueller and Oliver.
At long last, the Courageous is finally taken to the skies of Erebonia. I feel like a mother hen watching her chicks leave the nest.
I'll take your word for it.
Hey, Vander's voice acted again.
This may sound a bit forward of me to say, but it sounds like you had some hurdles getting this project together.
It was no easy ride, I'll say that.
I doubt it would have come together without the prince's unwavering dedication and tireless work. He had to find the time to raise funds and oversee the entire project, in addition to all his official duties. And to add to that, he had to take care of all the arrangements necessary to get Viscount Arcade installed as its captain.
I can't even imagine how busy your schedule must have been. Even from a student's perspective, it sounds brutal.
Well, for this ship to have any weight as a deterrent, I needed the Viscount. Thankfully, he agreed to my request. My plan is to create a neutral third power capable of acting independently of our nation's two competing factions. You can think of the Courageous as the first physical embodiment of that ideal.
So, I know that well, I won't say it, because, I mean, it's in the synopsis of the next game, so I know it happens, so it's not really spoilers, but I'll wait. But, I don't know how it happens, I just know that it will happen. But it's interesting. I like the way this is developing.
A third party, huh? I feel like I'm starting to understand at least part of what it is you're trying to accomplish.
The road will be a difficult one, though.
True, but this is only the beginning. Seeing this ship soar through the clouds for the first time moves my heart, just as when Class 7 was formally established. I look forward to seeing what the future holds for the Courageous, and for the brave men and women of your class.
Your Highness.
We live in interesting times. The political situation across the Empire seems to grow more ominous by the day. But, with any luck, making a real show out of this ship's launch will push back against the prevailing climate.
Well, that's the hope at least. Either way, you'll have your whole life to split hairs about politics. For now, give your attention to your field study.
Thank you. I know you have high expectations for us, and I hope we'll be able to meet them.
Attention all crew members and passengers. We will soon be entering Ruhr airspace. Please prepare for landing, and make sure you have all personal effects with you before disembarking.
Sounds like we're almost there. That was a shorter flight than I'd expected. Guess I'd better go round up the others and start getting ready.
Ruhr Airport's granted us permission to land.
Commence landing preparations, and keep the engine warm. We'll be taking off again right after our guests have disembarked.
Aye, aye, Captain.
Preparing the Courageous to land.
Including today, you've got 3 days for this month's field study. Make them count, guys. I plan on it. We'll do the best we can. You guys be careful in Ordis, okay? Yeah, sounds like things could get dangerous there. Don't sweat it, we'll be fine. We ought to be alright if a certain someone can keep her mouth shut. Take care in Ruhr, everyone. Will do. When we get back, we'll be jumping straight into a festival prep. Hope you're ready to discover the true terror of planning by committee. Oh, that's right. With everything that's happened so far today, I almost forgot about that. We'll have the songs and outfits finalized by the time we get back, and we should have the positions all figured out too. Let's try to save at least a bit of strength. It'd be a shame to come back too tired to outdo Class 1. Oh, I think I could find the energy. That's all the more reason for us to return safe and sound. Ah, the spirited joys of youth. I'm sure both your field study and the Academy Festival will prove valuable experiences for all of you. Work hard out there, guys. But not too hard, you hear? May the goddess go with you. Take care. We will. I have connected with all of these characters. It really is like Trails in the Sky all over again. Where I'm just like, oh man, I'm invested in all the characters. The Courageous touched down at the massive Ruhr Airport, where we parted ways with the members of Group B. With us safely on the ground, it wasted no time taking to the skies again, ferrying the others west to Ordis. Ruhr was a maze in every direction, but Sharon guided us to Reinford's corporate headquarters without missing a step. This tunnel goes on forever. I can't help but recall trying to navigate Garrelia Fortress. I guess when you build with tons of iron and concrete, everything starts to look pretty similar. We're not far from the city center now. You might want to brace yourselves. Ruhr has an even weirder layout than the capital. Hey, that's my hometown you're talking about. But I can't deny it's true. Looks like we're finally out. Oh, this is pretty cool. The Industrial Metropolis. Ruhr. Whoa. The city extends above and below? Well, Ruhr grew up around steel fabrication and heavy industry. That's how it came to be known as the Empire's industrial metropolis. You were right. It is weird. It's got a population of around 200,000 people too. That's as big as the capital of a smaller country. I feel like the city's gotten even bigger since the last time I was here. The Reinford corporate headquarters is on the upper level, right? That's right. If you'd like to visit, just head up that escalator.
Allow me to welcome you to Ruhr, home of the Reinford Company. I I sincerely hope that your field study here will be a fulfilling one.
I don't even know where to start with this. I guess we're going to the Rhineford Company. Wow, a moving staircase. Even the capital doesn't have those. What did you say they're called again? Escalators? Right, the first one was built in Zeiss. After that, the technicians here decided they'd try and build one too. Guess they just wanted to show off a little, huh? Like kids, I swear. Huh? Look at that. What is that? That's an awfully strange shape for a building. Wait, that's not even a building, is it? Nice catch, Rain. That's actually an orbital generator. But it's so big. Ruhr has so many factories and industrial facilities that the city uses an enormous amount of orbital energy. Having large generators that send energy where it's needed is more efficient than each factory producing its own energy. That's quite a setup. Technology's really come a long way in such a short time. Whoa. I've seen the buildings in pictures, but it's even more commanding in person. Guess you wouldn't expect any less from Rhineford's corporate HQ. I couldn't believe my eyes the first time I saw it either. It's a big building, sure, though not as big as the Orcus Tower in Crossbell. That's a 40-floor skyscraper, the tallest on the continent now, I think. Oh, that's the tower we could see from Corellia Fortress, right? Yeah, that's where they were holding the trade conference last month. No need to be so modest, Elisa. It's your family's digs. No one's gonna mind if you talk it up a bit. I'm not trying to. Shall we go inside? I'm gonna save here because this actually seems like a good spot to stop before jumping into the field study and whatnot. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. Take care, and until next time.